Interestingly enough, having not been here in a couple of years, it's funny how much mobile has disappeared in this conference. It's not as handset forward, it's not as carrier forward, it's not as network forward. It is much more about connectivity, much more about personalization, much more about the way that we live our lives, or the way that we operate our businesses, and how we connect. And the device itself has somewhat disappeared because it's really the fabric that glues all of that together. I think the next big leap for brands is to figure out how to live in that world, how to take advantage of all the signal, how to create more personalized experiences that are unique for the different platforms they're being consumed on, whether that's a handset or a tablet or a VR headset, or something we haven't even thought of yet. But navigating this world is becoming increasingly complex because it continues to move faster and faster. Things continue to be more and more interconnected, and brands have to figure out the role that they want to play with the relationship they have with their consumers in these different environments.
So is mobile, where does mobile fit in the media mix and planning? I mean, that's kind of a very general question,
Yeah.
but and where should it fit, and maybe where will it fit in the future?
Sure. When you look at consumption of media on mobile devices, whether it's video or the feed-based environments dominated by Facebook and Twitter, I mean, to a large degree, what used to be seen as a niche play it's mass media. People are spending 50-60% of their time watching videos on mobile devices, and that keeps growing year on year. 80%, 90% of Facebook and Twitter's time is spent on mobile devices. Amazon has created an ecosystem that is very much driven by mobile or mobile connectivity, to be able to shop and transact. So when you look at where the world is going, it's inherently more mobile. It's more on the go, it's more personalized, or rather the potential for it should be. I think we have to stop thinking about it as a silo or as an independent channel. We have to think about how it connects us to everything else. In that regard, how we plan and buy media in a mobile world is changing quite a bit. I think to a certain extent, we don't make the distinction because it's about the audience and it's about the moments that are going to be, those audiences are going to be more receptive to ad messages, and we have to figure out how that plays in the mobile world versus the desktop world versus the connected TV world versus the traditional media world. And we also have to think about the interactivity between those things. Do I want someone to take an action on a mobile device because it's something they've been exposed to, or to interact with some other piece of media in some other, one or two-dimensional channel versus a three-dimensional one? That all requires a different planning process. That requires different metrics. It requires different currencies. And frankly, so much of that is still evolving that I don't think there's any one-size-fits-all or blanket way to approach it. And it's also what keeps us on our toes and keeps us learning every day, because the world keeps changing. We have to keep pace with it, and we have to stay ahead of it.
So talk about change. There's a big change for you in your job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell a little bit about what your new job entails.
Sure.
What you hope to accomplish at the job, and where you hope the agency goes with its brand.
Absolutely. Thank you. For me, going back to the point about learning, there is so much happening in the world, whether you call it media or content or experiences or consumer relationships, that technology is changing. And we have to keep our finger on the pulse of that as an organization for our clients, for our staff and our talent as they develop new skills, for the positions that we put on the marketplace, and for the partnerships that we strike. And while some of these trends and truths are universal, the mobile trend sweeping the world, the content trends sweeping the world, market by market, there are so many nuances. Is it a mobile-first emerging media market that lacks some of the traditional infrastructure that we've had? Is it a marketplace that's dominated by fewer channels, or an explosion of channels like in the U.S. or in different parts of Asia? And I think we have to learn market by market what's relevant, and where the world is going. We also have to take what we're learning and what we're doing well, market by market, and bring it to to other parts of the world. So I'm excited to see what's really happening and what's really possible in other regions, to bring that to all of our clients, to bring that to all of our teams, to make them smarter, make them more forward-thinking, make them more agile, and hopefully through the partnerships that we strike or we continue to develop, to start to build new bridges to where the world's going and get there first.